It's the Pod in the City Weekly Roundup. I'm John.
And I'm Amanda. The Death Becomes Her Tiny Desk concert has been released, and now we can officially say that thanks to social media, we have seen this entire show from every possible angle from the comfort of our homes.
Oh, girl, I'm pickled. It's a week of divas, baby. A legend's birthday, All Stars 10, and Lin Manuel Miranda. Oh, my.
And for some reason, people are still punishing themselves by continuing to watch The Handmaid's Tale. Immersion therapy, maybe?
Oh, Lord. All that and so much more on this week's episode of the Pod in the City Weekly Roundup. Hi, friends. Hi, guys. Hi, Julie. Hi, Bree. Hey, Danielle. Hey, Florida Stanley. And hey, Heather. The ride or die is here at the top, ready for it all, baby. Thank goodness you guys are locked and loaded, because Amanda and I are like both running on fumes.
It was 11:57 and we both just were like,
we were sitting here in silence together, which usually is not happening, but we're both just like, okie dokie. So we're glad you guys are here to support us. Hey, Wicked Witch of the West.
Our energy up a bit.
Rebecca, love you, babe. And Aaron, hey. Hey guys, welcome. It's Pod in the City. It's the weekly roundup. We're here with all kinds of crap today. Amanda, what's some of the stuff we're going to talk about? Do you remember?
Oh my God, well, we're always doing Wicked Watch.
Oh, baby.
We're on a 6-month countdown. We're going to talk about Cher's birthday. R.I.P. to Charles Strouse, who you all know. You just don't know, you know. All Stars 10, Pedro Pascal, Lin Manuel Miranda always slips in there. So we got a big show and more. We got a big show.
I'm afraid of Lin Manuel Miranda slipping in. So, geez, keep him away from me.
Man, well, here, let's get into some housekeeping, shall we?
Oh, yeah, babe. The first thing is that our episodes are dropping this week. In fact, I think it's already dropped because we moved our drop schedule. This week, we're ranking the episodes of season 2. Next week, guys, take a wild guess what we're going to be ranking next week. Season 3. And then it's time for And Just Like That. And in fact, you're going to want to make sure that you're subscribed because we're starting Friday Lives next week. Oh my God.
It is next week. Yeah,
I know. So make sure that you're ready because we're going to get you those. We're going to be doing like a live reaction to Sex and the City episode. Or not Sex and the City, And Just Like That. Guys, again, my brain feels like it's churning.
For a long week. It's only Wednesday. But also, check out our Patreon. We did Girls this week. Video games. This is where Jessa gets written off of the show. And we also do Smash and Vanderpump Rules over there. And this week, we're doing a pillow talk. And if you guys want, we can do, we can throw some voicemails in there. So if you guys want, check out our voicemail line. It's right in the show notes already.
Actually, if you want to comment any questions you have for us that are pillow talk related, go for it. Type it down there or type it in the comments right now. Any question you guys want us to answer. Check out our Patreon. It's patreon.com/pod in the city. And you know what?
What?
You're running. Oh, that is weird. It's different. It doesn't.
You have to make it. You have to make it scroll. I'll do it right now.
I like it like this, actually.
Okay,
better.
fine, great.
We're doing a 50% off Patreon promo to kind of get ourselves edged into the new season of And Just Like That. So it's for your first month, 50% off. Check it out. It's promo code AJLT. Patreon.com/pod and the city. Now through June 5th, 2025. Whoa.
All right, great. Well, I think that's it. Let's get into some hot topics.
Get it while it's hot.
Topics. Could you guys subscribe and hit like and also share and copy link. Now, I did have a big story, but then this was dropped in my lap this morning because if you guys didn't know, we start off with a cracking window. Okay, I get this. I'm scrolling through TikTok as one does the moment they wake up, and I see a cracking window, and you hear the familiar tones and you're like wondering, what is this? And I see it's posted by Wicked Movie. I haven't seen this yet. 6 months.
God.
Wicked for Good, November 21st.
They're like really, they're almost like
piss me off here a little
there.
bit.
They're like, well, yeah, that's right, bitches. You got 6 months more and you're gonna take it.
You're starting to piss me off here because a cracking window doesn't give me anything. I'm sorry. What is this giving? What is this telling me?
There were cracking windows in the first movie.
There were cracking windows?
Yeah, when the monkeys are all flying into the fucking...
Okay, and so a cracking window is what you've chosen as your 6-month marker for your...
They're bullying us.
They're starting to piss me off. Now, I will still be there, of course, but y'all, what? 6 months till Wicked for Good.
Did you see? I don't know if it's real, but it sounded real. It was like a bootlegged like of Ariana Grande singing "Couldn't Be Happier."
Yes,
was that real? It sounded.
It wasn't real.
Sounded amazing. It wasn't real.
It wasn't real. It was someone they wrote in the thing like, "This is what I would imagine it being." I am so over TikTok.
I think they wrote that for the copyright laws. That's why I think they wrote that.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, because there's a few other things that I've been seeing where people have to write that, but then it is like the real thing.
Hey, Boots. Hey, Gabriel. Hey, Danielle. Thanks. Share, copy, come.
Always be coming. Ashley Merrick. Hello. Okay.
Hey, Ashley.
All right. What else?
So the one thing that is really going to sell me on Wicked for Good is if they could get this witch in it. Guys, it was Cher's 79th birthday, and it was celebrated with the most, I don't know what I felt about. This TikTok video came up. It says, "Happy 79th birthday, Cher." And it is Cher picking through a cupcake. And there's a person interviewing her as though you would a dementia patient almost. They're like, "Hi, what are you doing?" And she's like, I'm eating a cupcake. "Where'd you get the cupcake?" They gave it to me at my gig." "Oh, are you gonna eat it?" "Well, yeah, I am. Don't you see?" And she's guys, this video is strange, but happy birthday.
There's a mukbang of the cupcake.
It is. It's what people do. Like, she's definitely acting here because she is avoiding taking even a morsel of this cupcake in her mouth. It's like there's no frosting. There's frosting on the top, but she opens it up in a way to like take a teeny tiny crumb. And you know what? If I could look this great at 79, fine.
My makeup looks so good there. I love the shiny.
Danielle, you want people to talk to you like
just patronize me.
All right, let's get alrighty into All Stars 10. So this was like, you guys, as we maybe remember, we are doing the bracketed Tournament of All Stars. So there are the 3 brackets. The first 3 weeks were the orange team. And so last week was the last, the third week of that team. And they have 3 people that got to move forward. All right. So spoiler alert. The top 3 ended up being Bosco, Irene, and Aja. Now, they're pulling some shenanigans here by doing this point system. And so till the very end, you don't think Aja's going to necessarily make it. Because Olivia Lux, who really is trying me, who thought she was going to be like, I don't know, a diva this season after being considered meek. Well, you went the wrong direction, girl. Cut the shit. Anyway.
I thought she did really good in the episode. They did a thing where it was a makeover challenge. Wait, are they gonna do like the same 3 challenges for each group?
See, I'm feeling like they're gonna mix them up a little bit, but do similar, because really if you think, because if you think about it, those are 3 challenges that are almost always in Drag Race. The first one is a make clothes challenge. What do you call that? A ball?
Yeah.
And then the second one was an acting challenge. And then this one was now the makeover. So in a way, it would make sense to do those 3, because then once you get the good people together, all the winners of those, then do Snatch Game.
Because then that's a good idea. And then they all will have done those things. Gabriel's Loving All Stars. It's pretty good. It's holding my attention. Can I say something like depressing that I found? Okay, so they made over this group of basketball women, female basketball players who were all tall, stunning, and like the way they all behaved made me so depressed for the fact that women, especially large women like that, have been made to feel like they're not allowed to take up space. So it was nice to see them on stage being so fierce, and like I'm like, you like they all walk in and they all are very meek and they would not really talk that loud. It was just very upsetting because they all look like supermodels.
You have to think that people like them probably don't really have much of a background in like being on camera or being on stage or whatever. They just play their football, basketball, and like do their thing, right?
I don't know.
Maybe like that shift over is hard.
Well, I guess I think I'm just mad at society because these women should come in acting like they should walk around acting like drag queens all the time, but then society would shit on them for that too.
I had an experience at a restaurant this week where like there was this not much of a move, like a space to like walk in between the chair and this other bench thing. And this one like girl who was one of the servers around, when she would go through it like 3 different times, she was a girl with thick thighs and body who gives a shit. And she each time would make like a self-deprecating joke about like how she was like being so big and like, oh my God, you stay right where you are. I'm the one who's in the, and I was like, I know you shouldn't do this because like a man shouldn't go up to a woman, but so badly I just wanted to be like, girl, don't like stop.
I would hate you if you said that to me. If you did that to me, because I like it's the fear of being perceived. I don't want anyone's eyes to ever even focus on me.
Well, you shouldn't make self-deprecating jokes about your own weight. God,
I know,
beautiful.
but having somebody like know, like having
I know, and that's why I didn't say anything. So here was Irene's makeover. You know, I'm really liking All Stars as well. It's keeping us on our toes a little bit. It's like, ooh, I can't wait to now see the next week. Like this week, there's going to be a new bracket. And allegedly this pink bracket that starts this week is full of drama. And the one drama that I'm most excited about, I was going to say, is Nicole Paige Brooks from Atlanta, Georgia. I can't wait for her. I cannot wait.
Is she actually part of the drama?
I would assume. Because she's old school. I mean, like, I think they're willing to get in it a little bit.
All right.
And I can't wait. I'm very excited.
Can you name these girls in this bracket? Because literally the only one I recognize is Nicole.
From the left, Tina Burner.
Oh, okay.
Nicole Paige Brooks.
Yeah.
Carrie Colby. Georges.
Oh, I know.
Mistress Isabel Brooks.
All right, yeah.
And Lydia Butthole Collins from last season.
Okay.
But there is some slight controversy. They're saying Lydia was brought in very, very last minute because allegedly Matty Morphosis, the first straight man on Drag Race, he's like on my list of people that I'm like, ew. And people are clamoring for them to be back on here. And I'm like, no. But allegedly they were supposed to be on it and there's some drama now. I don't know.
Right. Well, I love the way they're doing this though, because I'm already kind of sick of that whole first bracket. So like having them change it up every 3 weeks will be nice. It's like a whole fresh new.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like you're getting a premiere episode at 3 different times. You're like, ooh, wow, cool.
That's
and
true,
then
Joan.
I'm liking it. I'm liking that. Something I'm not liking is that a few weeks ago we did report that's what a shit ass transition there. But Jiggly Caliente, Bianca Castro did pass away a few weeks ago, and they had her funeral. And now, in true drag queen fashion, it was basically a roast. Everyone who got up roasted her, and I feel like that's probably what she would have loved, right? Here's Monet. Tell us about Monet.
Well, we already talked about it on the Patreon.
I didn't watch this.
It was just very like, okay. Oh, Maria. It was good.
Oh yeah, we did talk about this on the Patreon. Yeah. We may have had a controversial opinion about Monet Exchange.
Love Monet, super talented. But
the one I liked the best was Manila. Loved.
Love the suit. Mint.
Manila told an anecdote about how when they were she helped Jiggly film her casting video, and they did it where there was this elevator where it's like she was you could see it from the outside and it was going up and down. She's like, it was like the full Beyonce fantasy, you know, riding down the elevator, or like Augustus Gloop getting stuck in the like pipe in the whatever. And I'm like,
we talked about how Jiggly won Miss, God, what was it?
Like Miss Latina something.
Yeah, and she's like, she's not even fully Latina. And then Willem from the audience was like, that's what I said. And I got a good laugh. It was classic Willem too.
You know,
on Jiggly season.
Jiggly and all these queens, they were like genuine friends from even before the show. You know, Manila and Jiggly were friends from New York forever. It was a really touching tribute. And God, that's what I want people to go up and talk about me. Like, sure, well, please don't. You don't need to go up and make fat jokes at my funeral, but
yeah, don't do that. I'm gonna be Alexis Michelle for that.
Well, you definitely don't want to do that at Amanda's funeral, guys. No fat jokes, nothing.
Don't do it.
I don't even know what can we talk about at your funeral. Just no speeches.
Talk about everything. What a fucking chaotic drunk I am.
Oh, but nothing about
nothing body. You can make fun of my nose. It's really just a fat thing. All right. Well, what's next? Jiggly, how are you gonna do?
Okay, so R.I.P. Bianca Castro. We love you forever, and you'll always be an iconic queen. Go boys.
Oh, I would love Mitch and Weiger to officiate my funeral.
There's no way they're gonna outlive you. I don't think so. Anyway,
maybe.
The next thing is they're doing a spin-off of The Office, I guess. I don't think it's
it is a spin-off. No, it's in this world.
Because we found out that Oscar's going to be on it.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I
just think optically that's just like sad. Although, like, great, like do that. You're going to get paid a lead. Everyone happy to see it. You know who I'm shocked?
I would take it.
Oh, I would take it. That's all those like secondary character have. Except Meredith, I think, is very, very highly respected in like the UCB community. So she does a lot of classes and stuff. But anyway, you know who I'm shocked did not wiggle his way into this is Brian Baumgartner. Because that man is a thirsty queen. And there's another example of a man with a wife, like a supermodel wife. Look up Brian Baumgartner's girlfriend right now.
If you have money, you can buy any woman. Not any woman. That sounds terrible. If you have money, you can buy a pretty woman. I mean, from relative experience.
Oh, Rebecca's asking, did I hear Amy Poehler's pod? I listen every week. It's my favorite celebrity podcast. Yeah, Philly Justice. It was a great episode. We're actually going to talk about it on Browntown or me and Jody's podcast every Monday at 11 Standard Time.
A couple things that I saw from this Office thing is I think the boss is going to be the person who was like the concierge in season 2 of The White Lotus. That like
Italian woman. Yeah. Great. I loved her.
But is she giving me Steve Carell vibes or?
I don't think it's necessarily has to be Steve Carell. She's very funny when she's like Peppa Pig. I think this will be, no one thought that the American spinoff of The Office would ever be good either. They talk about it on that Amy Poehler pod.
But like you had Steve Carell in that one.
What's weird in here is that Oscar is playing like the same character because it's the same universe. But at the end of The Office, he's like in Congress. So you went back to being an accountant? I mean, maybe.
Are we sure he's doing accounting? Maybe he's like the mayor of the town that this takes place in.
He's like sitting in a cubicle in this picture.
Oh, he is?
Isn't that him in the back there? That looks like his head. No,
it's too small.
All right.
Could have blown it up. Sorry, guys. Now, I hope you're ready. If you did listen to our Sex and the City episode, our Patreon, you got a little teaser of this. So, I mean, it's worth joining the Patreon, patreon.com/podinthecity. Jenna Ortega wore the famous, newsprint Dior dress that Carrie wore in season 3 of Sex and the City. I said that Carrie wore it better because her boobs are like braless and they're kind of just like, I don't know. There's some whatever.
They're all bouncing around and shit. No, she looks amazing. Sarah Jessica Parker's got like a tight body.
The follow-up to this is that I also think Jenna Ortega looks great. Maybe it's the hair that
it's two just different bodies. Jenna Ortega is more voluptuous than Sarah Jessica Parker. Let's not comment on women's bodies.
I wasn't the one who commented on her body. I was talking about, I didn't start that.
We're both being complimentary.
All I'm saying is like, whatever, moving forward. Someone asked, now, Sarah Jessica Parker was on the red carpet, okay? And this person thought that at the New American, whatever this was, the Penn American Gala, which I don't even know what, it's a gala in New York that she went to just go be rich and donate money.
Sure, yeah.
Like, so I just wanted you to know that Jenna Ortega wore the Dior dress from Sex and the City.
From season 3, he said.
No.
Oh, he didn't?
No.
Okay,
the initial thing is, I just want you to know that Jenna Ortega wore the Dior dress from Sex and the City. Her reaction is, what is it? When? And he's like, from season 3. And he's like, she wore the season 3 dress. And she's like, season 3 of Sex and the City? Or, I mean, literally, finally, I don't even think she even knew what he was talking about.
No, she gave up.
Never pinpointed it, what it actually was. And this was her reaction. I'm sure she looked perfect.
Such a there answer.
What a great interview. What a wonderful interview, sir. And I hate to go right into it, but speaking of terrible interviewing skills, Jennifer Hudson has been raked across the coals this week. Now, mind you guys, I'm pretty sure her talk show is on season 10 or something by now.
Oh, yeah.
So we haven't noticed, I guess, until this moment. She was interviewing Kesha, and Kesha's like, you know what? I was an extra in the Dreamgirls movie. And Jennifer Hudson's reaction is this photo of just like,
it's like,
you know
what?
What?
That's crazy.
And everyone online is like, do you have a follow-up question? Like,
I would have 30 follow-up questions immediately. And then Kesha's trying to Kesha wanted to talk about
She is. She's like, oh, they had me dress up in this. And Jennifer Hudson is just still like, wow.
And she's like, you were actually there that day. I spent the whole day and you were there. And she's like, that is crazy.
I think she is still stuck in her method acting as Louise from St. Louis when she gets her very first Louis Vuitton.
She goes, love is the thing, Me and Nick always quote that to each other.
I will say, though, her song on the Sex and the City soundtrack.
Oh, it's so good.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
She's not even bad. She kind of fits that movie. She's
fine. She's fine in the movie.
You know what I really hate about that show is that I always see on TikToks, they post the guests walking to the stage and everyone lining up. And I would be like, can we not do that? Like, I want to be Doechii at the Met Gala headed to the stage. Just
Rebecca says the highlight of the J HUD show is that dance line. And then Wicked Witch says, we are in the year 2025. Hell yeah, to pointing out stupidity in a public setting. I mean, the audacity of all these people. This goes in line with, this could be a Jones Bones for the ages, is these influencers who are now interviewing on the red carpet. So just because you have, Botox skin and you can sell something online doesn't mean that you need to be interviewing a celebrity about whatever. And we keep seeing the floppage happening in real time. So.
Oh, Sarah Sweet says Noah Wiley declined that line.
Who's Noah Wiley?
Isn't he the guy from The Pit?
What's The Pit?
That's that fucking emergency room show. But he was also on ER, right?
Oh. Okay. Oh, from back in the day. Yeah. The one that was really good was that guy when they're like, something. That's Mufasa. Something. That's Mufasa. Right?
They did one of Ethan Slater, and it was like really uncomfortable to watch.
They also did one of the guy who plays the gay teacher. Thanks, Wicked Witch of the West. John, when you go on very valid rants, it fills my heart with joy and makes me feel seen. The gay actor teacher in that one show, Abbott Elementary, is the principal in real life.
Oh, is he straight in real life?
Allegedly.
No, I don't. I think you're wrong.
They are together.
Absolutely no way.
They are together, and I have done deep
the Wendy Williams principle.
Deep research on this, because what happened is he did his little line at the J-HUD thing where he's dancing down the line, and he does this move at the end where he's like doing this, which looks very gay. Okay, I'm just gonna say it from a gay, so I'm allowed to. So then in the comments, people are like, you cannot convince me this man is straight. You cannot convince me that they are in love, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, wait, what? Then I click the blue link or something, and it's him and the freaking principal lady are dating, and there's them on the red carpet like this week posing together.
It sounds like a Michael Jackson, Lisa Marie situation to me. Except why no one cares about that guy enough for you to have to do that.
Like you need people are like, ooh,
that just like shattered my whole brain.
That's what I thought. Anyway.
It's more just that like she is so fierce that like.
Well, now I could also say allegedly. I'm gonna spitball.
Maybe he's got a big old dick.
Maybe she's trying to cover up.
Maybe it's a lavender romance. Which if they that would be fine with me. That sounds great, actually.
I'm just spitballing allegedly. I have no idea.
That's a pretty good show. If they wish they weren't on CBS or whatever. I wish they were on cable.
ABC, I think.
Yeah, I wish they weren't on that kind of station so that they could go a little more blue because it's a little networky. All right.
I've wanted to watch it, never have, only because
you would love her. Or watch Ava compilations.
No, I've seen clips of it. I think it would be funny. I just have too much of a close relationship with actually being a teacher where I think I would just be like,
oh, well, don't worry, baby. It looks nothing like in this world.
The part I wouldn't
walk out of their classrooms for 25 minutes.
That's the part I would struggle with. Is I'd be like, so where's the teaching? Where's the school?
You don't see much.
Anyway, cleanse your brain, babies, because Pedro Pascal.
Cleanse your buttholes,
honey. I think yes. Get your douche out. Get ready for daddy. Good Lord, I don't know what's going on with Pedro. I think he has a movie or show coming out, and it might be gay because he kisses a man in one of these like press things. I think he either has been just really doing the Marvel workout because we know he's going to be in the new Fantastic Four. So I don't know if he's doing the Marvel workout. I'm suspecting maybe a little Ozempic in the situation because this man looks tight.
I liked him better when he was a little thicker, actually.
I'm fine with all of it, honestly.
Yeah.
I think he looks good. I think, people online are just living for this and loving it. And you know what? Good. Bring it out.
Me and Jody are doing a girl dinner at some point of man versus the bear. And so like the men we would pick over the bear. And he might fit in there.
I can think of one man you might pick over the bear.
Kyle Mooney.
John Moem.
Oh, Joan Moem. Well, do gay men really count though? Of course we would all pick a gay man.
Just put most 90% of gay men over the bear. So yeah, guys, there was another one with Pedro where he's wearing this like really deep shirt and he's just like really looking cute.
I hope he's not doing a Marvel movie.
He is. It's coming out this summer.
He is. Okay, I thought you said I think he's doing a Marvel.
It's already out. It's like going to be out in a month or maybe even like in 2 weeks or so. It's the Fantastic Four movie.
Remember when Kumail Nanjiani is in Marvel and he got all ripped and it's like
that one's not making a lot of sense to me because he is not That'd be like what's that guy? Ken Jeong?
Yeah.
Dr. Ken Jeong or whatever, like
Yeah.
doing that. Like, I just don't look at you as, like, you were a nerdy, like,
yeah,
whatever, not like a
he was
steroided
on
out.
Doughboys recently, and he was like talking about it, and he's like, my life sucks now. He's like, I love eating so much, and like I can't. He's like, it just sucks. Rebecca says, I love the Instagram account of the lip reader. She tells us I love all the lip reader stuff. I saw one of Pedro making
With
sure that Joaquin Phoenix. I thought it was Woody. Yeah,
I
was
think
he telling him to not pile?
No.
He was waving like this.
No, it's not that. No.
Okay, what? Explain it.
It actually is. I guess I think they're all at the Cannes Film Festival is what's happening. Cannes Film Festival. At the top of this staircase, they tell all the celebrities, like, don't wave because it's like offensive. They find it not offensive. It is garish or something. They used some word where they just thought it was like unclassy almost. It was
like, you're right. Yeah, I agree.
Gross for you to be It was like so unFrench for you to be waving at the crowd.
Oh, so just waving in general.
Okay. Yeah, like don't do that here. He was like, they were like, oh shit, don't do that here because they told us not to. And Joaquin Phoenix, I think, says something like, like what? See, I wouldn't want to mess with Joaquin Phoenix. He seems scary. He seems scary to me.
He's just like really method. All right, Tiny Desk. Did you watch this?
Okay, I watched pieces of it. Unfortunately, this is going to be a hot take, y'all. The more that I'm hearing this, the more the two women, when they sing together, it sounds really harsh to me.
It's a little shrill. They both have shrill voices. I love, do you know what the music, oh, by the way, guys, this is Tiny Desk. Death Becomes Her. They did a few songs from here. A couple things right off the top here. The music sounds like Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, right? Have you noticed that? I just feel like it just really reminds me of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, which is a great musical. You guys should check that one out. But I loved all the music in this. One thing I want to point out here, I love that whenever these two women do any press like this, they will wear outfits that showcase. Yeah, that reference their characters. So Jennifer Simard here is wearing this really cool dress with kind of a what'd you call that?
It's like a buckle.
A buckle in the middle, so it's like a circle, like she had like a hole in the stomach. And then Megan Hilty has like a slash kind of on her dress. And I feel like both of them look so much larger on stage, like in all the clips and stuff. And in here, they both look snatched.
I think
or do you think maybe they're wearing so many costumes?
I think it's because of all the costumes, and some of the costumes I think like have mechanics in them.
That makes sense. Okay.
And so it adds out to like make them thicker. Like there is a costume where she wears with the purple jacket.
Yes,
her head has to go up and down in this way in it. And so I think it has there's a clip where like it looks like her head like goes like as though it's like going down like this and the shoulders stay up here. So I don't know. I'm not judging their voices. I want to go back to my earlier comment. I'm not judging that. I'm just also I love the Tiny Desk series, but I think it works better when you're doing something that is like not Broadway and you're doing a song that's being really pared back from what it was, because the whole idea here is that they're playing very minimal instruments, tiny instruments at this little area. And so
the area actually kind of gives me apoplexy. I would feel so like anxious standing there.
I don't love the backdrop. How about that? I don't, but I like the Tiny Desk, but like I would say ones that make sense really a lot to me are like when Chappell Roan did hers.
Lizzo's is really
good. I was gonna say Lizzo too, but right now we're not really on the Lizzo train, I think.
I was never really off the Lizzo train. Every time I re-listen to Lizzo, I'm like, God, that album is really good, and I don't like music, but every song on that album is so good.
Which one?
The first one. I didn't know there was another one.
Great. Next story. I have no idea what this is, so you're gonna have to take over for the next few.
Now look, Lin is a character that constantly is popping up, and he's one of those like He's a Seth MacFarlane, a person that is so talented, but also like very cringy and annoying.
See, but there is a line. He is not a James Corden to me.
Well, no, because I don't think he's that talented. Lin Manuel is James Corden. Seth MacFarlane, Lin Manuel are both like geniuses. Like they're on a different level than everyone else. So it's like, in some way, they're not really going to mesh perfectly with the rest of us normies.
Yeah.
But this is an example of him being very charming to me. He did this interview with this podcast called the Miles and Julian podcast, and it's like a father and his like 8-year-old son.
Oh no,
it's not really in my algorithm, but weird concept. But he like went on their podcast and they interviewed him. The kid was kind of moving around the whole time. It didn't really seem like he even knew who Lin was, which was irritating. But Lin did such a great job. Like he is so good with kids. Does he have kids?
I think he does.
Oh, well, they're fucking set for life. But anyway, he is so good with kids, and I'm very impressed. And a couple of the clips I saw were just very interesting. And one of the questions was about how he writes such fast songs. And it was just a really interesting little like anecdote is he immediately references Sondheim. And he's like, Stephen Sondheim has all these really long patter songs. And then he talks about getting married today. And then he starts singing it and he like gets the words all wrong. And it's very like irritating. But anyway, but then he talks about that when you write a really fast patter song like that, you need to stay away from H, because H, like the takes so much extra breath. So you have to like not. And I was like, that is just so fucking like cool and brilliant to think of. And then like, if you like look at any of his people, and then all in the comments, people were like writing out a bunch of his fast song lyrics, and like barely any of them have H's. So that's pretty cute. So fun. I loved it. And the way he was explaining it, like the kid was actually understanding it. I just loved it. And I love that he always references Sondheim.
I'm now running through lyrics in my head. I'm like trying to get satisfied. I'm like, I just might regret that night for the rest of my days. Anyway, and Amanda.
Yeah, as long as you stay on the vowels, but like H, H does. It's ha. He's like, if you look at Not Getting Married Today, there's like no H's in it. I was like, that's so fucking cool. Anyway.
I mean, and if you go through Satisfied, so far the 2 lines that I just ran in my head do not have H's. At the end of the beginning of word.
Everybody here, because if everybody's here, I want to think of coming. There's no H's. Anyway, cool.
Guys, wow. Nice. Well, come next week, Amanda and I are going to write our own shit. I have been needling with the idea of doing some songwriting.
Oh, what? What are you talking about? We're going to do like a promo. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I've been thinking about writing music.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
It's something that I've wanted to do since I was a little kid. Like I used to try and write lyrics and stuff, but then I always thought it just was like, you know, when you're a kid, you're like, But now as an adult, I actually understand the concept of how music is created.
It's actually pretty mathematical when you look at like the way, like I've heard rappers talk about that too, that it is very mathematical. And
well, you got to start with something. Either start with the lyrics or start with the beat, right? And work. You can't come up. Anyway, whatever. Guys, you guys don't give a shit. Are you still there? Let us give us a comment. Let us know you're still here. I'm still here. Speaking of this, again, a really bad transition.
It's okay. It looks
who's
like
not still here is Charles Strouse. He passed away.
Charles Strouse, and he R.I.P. to Charles Strouse. They didn't even give a cause of death. It was just like passed away in his home because he was like 97. He was born in 1928, so whatever that is.
Rebecca, you're a sweetheart. This is called manifestation. She said you can do it. John, you are a composer. That is what manifestation is, babe. And Danielle, thanks for saying hi, that you're still here. Sometimes we ramble and I'm like, are people done with
anyway, Charles Strouse, this old composer, and you guys do definitely know who he is.
When you put this in, I was like, I don't know who Charles Strouse is.
You don't? What the
did you also see that George Wendt died?
He did. I mean, that's sad. He was in
Edna in
he did
Hairspray at some point.
And actually, I think he might have been in one of Charles Strauss's. Okay, so here's what Charles Strouse wrote, the one that everyone probably knows the most. Annie. I was in this.
He was the like he did the music and lyrics or what?
Yeah, music and lyrics,
Oh,
baby.
wow.
He works solo. And Bye Bye Birdie, which I was also in as a child.
Oh, and Bye Bye Birdie.
It's kind of a really weird and dated show. I was in the show. I played Ursula Merkel, the best friend, of course. And one of my lines was, "Let's have an orgy." And like she means that. She like means let's have an orgy. And they made me change it to let's have an orgy because that's funnier.
See, I think that I've only ever seen it at one theater company here multiple times, and they would have cut that. That would have not made
Oh, for sure. And then Applause, which was a musical that's based on All About Eve. Lauren Bacall was in it, but it has one of my favorite songs in all music history called But Alive, which is like a very draggy song. It's from that.
Okay, Lip Synca does But Alive in the Wigstock movie.
Yeah, that's when I first heard the song, and then I went on a tour.
I'm chilled right now. Guys, watch the Wigstock movie if you're fine with watching crunchy shit. The old one, not the new one. There's a new one that's produced by Neil Patrick Harris. No. The old one. Watch Wigstock 90, whatever it was called. And Lip Synca does But Alive, and
it's so good. One of the lyrics is, "I feel bitchy and witchy and manic, calm and collected and choking with panic, but alive, but alive." It's so good. I mean, it's such a great song.
If that's not like the theme song of our lives.
Oh, it's just so good. It's just like talking and like how it's like, I feel like shit, but okay, but at least I feel. It's fabulous, and Lauren Bacall sings it in the recording.
Heather, babe, thanks for staying, and we get it that you're working, and I love that you listen to us while you're working.
Ooh, it's time to get into the movie corner, Joe.
Sarah's still here. Thanks, babe. Yeah, let's do it.
Oh my God. Which one is it? Oh.
Wow, that intro was from Simpler Times. Guys, Jake Schwa's not here because I think last week she said she was ready. I'm sorry, girl. I actually saw Sinners.
Woo! Did you get into any fights with anyone at the movie theater?
Girl, I got into a fight with someone with the AC person this week.
God, when John told this story a couple weeks ago, how he's like with his neighbors who kept parking in front of his house, and he sprayed them with water. He sprayed their car with the hose. It's just so fucking funny.
Please check out our Patreon because I go into great detail over there about that.
Danielle says, "I like to think for Movie Corner, we all sit together on the floor in a round rug, and Joan sits in a chair and tells us his movie things." That's how I feel. I can always relax.
You know what? That's what my classroom was like. We go down to the rug to read. Anyway, all right, Sinners. Guess what, guys? I really liked it. I did preview on our Patreon saying that the unfortunate thing is that because so much time has passed since it came out, I knew a little more than I would have liked to know going in. And but so amazingly done. Some really cool moments where one thing that I love is when I'm surprised by something, and I genuinely was like, oh, wow. They have this really cool, spoiler alert, guys. They have this really cool sequence where one of the characters, his whole thing is that he sings and he plays the guitar and whatever, and but he's up there singing. And of course, if you don't know, this movie takes place in like the post I want to sound right here. Post-Confederacy, like South. Okay, so what happens is Michael B. Jordan, he plays twins. They buy a piece of land, and they decide to open a juke joint down there, all right, on the piece of land. And they tell these white people the KKK members that basically like live on that area. They say, if you come to the fence, we'll kill you. We'll basically just kill you. Keep your people off here. Here's the money, that, whatever. So using that context, they're in there, and in the juke joint, it's only black people. So just use this in your head. He's playing the music and he's singing this song, like it almost is a spiritual song. And as he's playing it in this time, back in the day, it starts doing this voiceover about how music how this piece of music runs through run through your ancestors and into the future and through the past. So it zooms out to the dance floor of all the people dancing, and then you see like traditional like African dance and representation, and then it zooms, and then there's like people from the 80s hip hop that integrate into this scene where you're just like, wait, whoa. And it's just really cool, especially as someone who like I've grown up as a music person my whole life. That was what got me into doing musicals at all, was my like love of music. And it's really cool that like that idea that like the music connects like us with our ancestors and with our future ancestors. Like, yes.
That fucking Remember Me song, Jesus Christ. I can't.
Will send me into. I need a straitjacket.
You know what? Yesterday I wanted to sit down and watch a movie. Like I wanted to watch a Pixar movie, and I was looking through them. I'm like, I just don't want to watch any of these because I'm gonna cry.
Did you watch what I told you to watch that you had never watched, and now I can't remember what it was?
What? I watched the first half of Hercules, and it's Roger Bart does the singing voice of that. Did you know that?
Was it? Yeah, I did. Was it How to Train Your Dragon?
Oh, no, I've seen that, and I can't watch that again because it makes me too sad when that dragon can't get out of that hole.
Let me tell you a Pixar story. Okay, when my dad this is bringing the mood down slightly here for a second. This year was the 5th anniversary of my dad's passing, and his leading up to his passing, he was like in the hospital for a really long time. How about that? And not in a good way. So it was like dragging out a really long time. During that period of time, I went and saw the movie called Onward, which is a Pixar movie. The concept of the movie was that these two brothers, their father had died, and they were trying to bring him back to have him for one day so that they could like tie up these loose ends with him.
Can I guess what happens? Because they talk about this on Doughboys, and I don't know if they're joking now, but does something get fucked up in the magic and only the pants come back?
Basically, his bottom half comes back.
Yeah. Then they go into a whole discussion of like, if your dead dad was going to come back, would you choose the top half or the bottom half? And Mitch is like, well, I'm choosing the bottom half for sure, baby.
So there's a really beautiful moment where it's like these two brothers. The younger brother, he never knew. I think he never knew. Soul, holy shit. Soul is so good too. Soul, I saw actually in the movie theater last year when they re-released it, because I remember watching it at home in 2020. And I fell asleep and then never watched it again.
I watched this on a weird COVID day and I had PTSD from it.
I don't know why any child would like Soul.
Yeah.
I loved Soul. And again, that ties in to the music connecting you to everything. And
you brought it back around there. Yeah,
and like I have full goosebumps sitting here right now. All the Pixar movies are great. There's actually a preview for a new one called Elio coming out, where this boy who's on Earth, I think he has something wrong with his eye because he has like one of those like sticky eye patches on in the previews. He feels like he's an outsider, no one likes him, this, that, and the other. And so he ends up getting abducted by aliens. And I think it's, the reference of like, loving what you have and being yourself and blah, blah, blah.
Rebecca says, I just showed my kids Wall-E to show them the future. Hey, but on a Sunday close, there's lots of work.
I just hope I'm dead before Wall-E time comes about. I don't want all that. So I would say go see any Pixar movie. Guys, watch Onward. I'm afraid to watch it again because I remember the point of myself being like, do you ever cry when you just like can't even breathe? You feel like you're out of breath because you're just crying too much.
I cried like that during Fun Home. And during these last 3 episodes of Sister Wives, actually, I was crying like that because it's all Garrison's funeral. But Sinners, you loved it.
I actually really liked it. I want to see it again for sure. It had some really cool stuff going on in it. There was, though, a lot, like a main plot point and storyline was about like how to eat pussy.
It's good. People need to learn.
I'm like, I guess I was missing the connection there. I feel like they were trying. Can someone in the comments let me know if you understood what they were trying to, like, what kind of like symbolism they were trying to draw by teaching them to eat pussy? Because that literally was brought up.
Do you feel like you tried to eat pussy? That like, do you feel like you would be able to like kind of figure your way out down there. You could work your like.
I'm sure that I could do very well because I'm very good at reading cues. The problem is pushing myself through to actually do it because I cannot even imagine. This has nothing to do with women, and I hate to be one of those gays who's like, yeah,
it's that different than eating ass.
It's not, but at least the ass is attached to a
way
man.
Grosser though.
Oh well, not whatever.
It's way grosser than a okay. Well, anyway,
it's the whatever. It's the concept and idea. I can't imagine a woman being in front of me and me being nothing but like her being like a diva in my mind, not like a sex item. Like I don't look at women as sex items at all. I look at them as goddesses who should be worshipped. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's kind of hard to be like, yeah, let me eat your vagina. Like with a guy, I don't look at them as gods. I look at them as like
objects,
fat asses.
All right, did you also see Final Destination? Because
I did. Yesterday I saw Final Destination Bloodlines.
I might be able to see this on the 31st. So like, would it be worth it for me and Justine to make the commute to each other? We live pretty far away from each other.
It's not my favorite.
First one in theaters, so like, I'm aware of this franchise.
It's not my favorite of all the Final Destinations. I'd say it's maybe better than a couple of the more recent ones, but the whole concept of this one is that if you know the original one, it was like this group of high schoolers are supposed to die on an airplane crash. One of them has a premonition and is like, shit, we're going to die. We have to get off. So they get off the plane. The airplane ends up blowing up. And then death keeps chasing these teenagers to the point where they all end up dying. All right. In weird, crazy ways, like Rube Goldberg style.
It's why all millennials are scared to drive behind a log truck. I saw a TikTok of 3 girls being like, Final Destination. And as they're filming it, a log legit rolls off. And they're like, oh my God. Like off onto like the side. But like.
I don't drive by those. And I don't like driving by those things that hold cars.
No. They don't look like they're on very well.
No. I feel like they could turn and it would just fall. Jeez. And it would just fall off the side. Like, okay, so I did see this. My minor issue here is they've added this concept that one of the original Final Destination things was this incident that happened in like the 50s or 60s. And all these people survived because of this woman, but these people did not die within like 2 weeks like every other Final Destination. It took them years and years to die.
That's with a bloodline.
So each of these people ended up living long enough to have children, to had grandchildren, etc. But death never wanted that first person to be alive at all. So everyone down their bloodline needs to be killed, if that makes sense.
Like depression.
So like, let's say your grandma survived through this Final Destination thing because a woman was like, hey, get out of the building. And then later, like 50 years later, you die in like some crazy accident because your grandma wasn't supposed to live.
Well,
so I also didn't really love this one. Follows a family, and so it was like different than the other ones where it follows like a group of random people. This was like, a brother and sister, and I didn't think the lead actress was I don't really like the lead actress very much. So I don't know. I didn't hate it. It was much more gruesome than every other one. Like they would definitely stay on the incidents for longer. Okay. The other ones, it would be like a person would like you'd quickly see something happen. This, it's like you see someone slowly get their head squished.
Oh my God. I would look away immediately.
Oh yeah. Then you probably don't want to see it. I'd see Sinners before I saw that.
We saw Saw 2 or something together in theaters. And like my only memory of that is like staring down at my cup of Diet Coke on the ground. That was my memory of the movie, was just like looking at it.
See, I love horror movies, but things like Saw and like the Hostel movies, I don't like it. I don't want to watch people just be tortured. I mean, you could cut them up with a million chainsaws, but I don't need to see it happen for 10 minutes or like a blade going up your vagina, someone cutting someone up and it takes 5 minutes to cut them. No.
Yeah.
AI Amanda, will you?
Yeah, you don't know about this, but like me and Jody did like a color chart thing and we like put our pictures into AI and it was letting us know what our hair color should be. And it sent me one with like 2 options with like dark red hair, and then one with blonde, and they both look equally amazing. But I think actually, here's my answer. I've decided to go the dark with like the burgundy because I've been plucking out not gray hairs, white hairs from my head.
But
and
isn't
so like
that better than for the blonde?
Oh, actually, yeah, you're right. I should go blonde for that reason. Well,
actually,
I don't
who cares if you have gray hairs?
It does hide in the well, I never knew I even had those until I like went dark. But
it is common for older people to dye their hair blonde to help cover the grays instead of just going straight gray.
Yeah, I might. Well, we'll see. We'll see. You know what? I'm going to take the pictures to the stylist and see what she says.
I'll say one of my issues with this Bloodlines movie was the lead from the 60s. She had face work done. We are ruining movies with every woman having their lips blown up. You don't look like you lived in the 50s when your lips are blown up. Come on, people. Anyway.
All right. Well,
Amanda's turn.
This is kind of my wormhole of the night, I guess.
I accidentally.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I accidentally almost pushed end stream, so I'm glad I didn't.
Oh my God. Well, you have to push it twice, actually.
I know. I pushed it once, so I would have pushed the.
Okay. Well, I don't want to know about this, and I know
I hate Handmaid's Tale.
Okay, we're going to talk about Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, sorry.
Like, what? Okay, we and John were discussing this before we started here. Is I genuinely stopped. The Handmaid's Tale is so good; it has so many great people in it, but I cannot understand why people watch this, especially with the fact that the world is going so. Like it was disturbing to me watching this in 2018 because the stuff with the credit cards and just like the moving to Canada and just like the being forced. It was looking too real. It's like I can't imagine why people are watching it now, other than to just numb themselves of this, or to be like, oh, I'll take notes on how to eventually fix it.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me at all. I watched the first episode and I was like, nope, I don't ever need to watch this.
I watched the whole first season, and then the second or maybe the second or third, but anyway, one of the seasons begins with all of the handmaids being lined up, and they're all about to be hung, and then it turns out to be like a gotcha moment, but they're all like about to be hung at the same time, and they're all just standing there crying for like 10 minutes, and I was like, I can't watch this anymore. But anyway, it's about to end, Joan. The show is about to finally end. Last night was the penultimate episode, and I saw an interview with Elizabeth Moss last week saying, you know, you guys, we want you guys to actually film yourself watching 9. You need to watch episode 9, film yourself watching it, and post it. So I knew that so then I looked it up. And so then, of course, that was all my algorithm was last night. So I know everything that happened in this episode from last night. A lot of people died. It ended nicely, but I know way too fucking much about this. Do you know anything about how this ended or what happens here? Like what
I saw a clip where like she's about to be hung,
yes,
and then someone like she yells at the camera or at the crowd, and then someone like
she says, "Don't let the bastards." Something, yeah. It all. I'm actually
save her. I think
she gets saved. I mean, a spoiler. It's probably too soon to spoil. I'm not actually going to spoil it for anyone who does still for some reason watch the show. I was actually pretty able to, because I read a whole summary. I was able to follow the whole summary. So I'm like, I guess not that much is happening. I was upset to see that she's back in this garb. When I last left Elizabeth Moss, she had escaped to Canada and was living in Canada now. And I'm like, you're back now after all that.
Probably wanted to like lead a revolution or something.
Yeah. That a bunch of major characters died in the last. It was a red wedding of the Handmaid's Tale, I guess.
I think one of my issues is that Elizabeth Moss is a Scientologist, so she's
I know,
like
that is weird.
It's kind of like strange. Well, it seems strange because it feels like, would you really be leading the revolution in that, or would you?
It almost seems like an oxymoron.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like,
there's reports. I see comments back and forth, and people say that, and people are like, she hasn't been practicing for years, and she actually speaks out about it. But then I see people saying she actually loves it, and so I don't know.
I haven't heard her speak out about it.
But I did hear I have heard that she's been in it since childhood, so you can't get too upset about her.
Agreed. And I think it's harder, especially if you're in it from childhood.
Yeah,
Maybe
her daughter was born there. I don't know if I'd go back.
I don't know I don't even want to think about it. And that's why I don't watch that shit, because I already
my power to not know anything about it, and I know everything now.
That's what I was going to say, is I already have high enough anxiety that I don't need to add more. I already think these things are going to happen, so I don't need to be like, well,
it's almost definitely going to happen. Actual storylines that were being done a couple years ago are now happening in real life now, like the woman being kept alive for the baby who will absolutely not be viable. All right, but let us
pray. Let us pray that the baby isn't viable.
For sure, let us pray.
If the baby is viable, every woman who they look at as birthing factories will become a birthing factory.
Tick-tock, you don't stop.
Nice.
Guys, I am on. You could just like literally say, like, start saying the word Trump and I will rant for 25 minutes. Anyway. I'm going to start with a minor rant here about TikTok. So I see this TikTok. It says, came home from my 18-hour internship day to find my dad shredded my Eves poster in its packaging without asking me first. Which, yeah, parents suck sometimes. Like, they are very not aware. So, shit, I wish this was slightly bigger. The very top comment is, that is actually illegal. Tell him he'd better be buying you another one, or you're calling the police in 30 minutes. Oh, and knowingly destroying or shredding someone else's mail, especially first-class mail, can be a felony under federal law. Okay, this is where we're at, is that, like, we're going to call the police on our parents for accidentally shredding.
My mom opens my mail all the time. Like, it's just a normal thing that my mom, of course, would open my mail.
So your mom accidentally shreds something of yours and you're going to call the police on them? It's insane. What? Anyway, the response from the creator. Definitely not calling the police or the cops on him over this, LMAO, but told him how careless he was, and he's definitely paying me back for it. Fine. But the idea that you're going to call your parents because they were just I can't. Sorry.
Well, all of my stuff is not great either, but I've been following two girls this week, pretty much on the same day, decide to leave their husbands. This girl, Charlie, I've been following her since the first day that it happened. And she's like, the first thing I saw was her like 3 days into it, of her packing up her apartment and leaving her boyfriend while he was away for like the weekend on some like river cruise. And people were giving her advice on what to do. And she was like she was taking all the toilet paper and leaving one single square on the thing, like things like this. But she found out, and so she's been on this journey, but she gained all these followers. And like, so I'm like, I love this. And she's like spilling all the tea. She's posting videos every day. And actually, it's so interesting if you just find this girl. Oh, I took off all the display, but her name is Charlie, Charley. I'm sure you can easily find her. You can just look at her glow up from, I don't know, 8 days ago, from her finding out. And then she's already moved to Portland, and now she's getting a new apartment, and she's staying with her. She's going out with friends, and like, just like her, like just in those like week or so is alarming, of just being away from this fucking toxic situation. And she's like in this new life now. And it's just amazing to watch that. It
goes along with the idea that like sometimes things are hard, but then if you do them, it's like
you can finally take that breath.
So much better afterwards.
And then this other girl, this one's less gung-ho, but her name is Meg, M-E-G, and hers is more, welcome to day 6 of me thinking my husband had gone missing because he ghosted me. The whole thing is that he ghosted her. She woke up one day and he was just gone, and she like filed a missing persons report, and then it was like an Amber Portwood situation. And so she's been now like making, and it's like, it happened like on the same day, and we've been kind of following her on like what things she was doing, and like sending his family out to find him. She wants to find him to talk to him, which I also think she does have a right to. So a lot of it is kind of following her. And
Wait,
but again,
her husband's just gone that she can't find.
he ghosts her. He doesn't want her. He obviously has another girlfriend that he's now living with. She went to
her husband.
Her husband. He had like a class. And she drove to his school and was going to like wait for him to come out of class, but he didn't even go to take his final test, but he's living with this girl. So it's all this stuff. But then everyone in the comments are like, girl, just like, don't, he already told you what you need to know. But I understand you also need closure. But again, glow up just like from that first day. It's like, just like in a week, just like looking at how much better these women.
The lesson in all of this, friends, is leave your man and you'll be better off for it.
Don't be uncomfortable in your life.
Now, slight switch here to wrap things up. I'm hoping this doesn't get us in trouble, but I stumbled upon this person who was saying, yeah, it's pretty wild because like I'm mostly a top, but then I go out and like people are surprised because this is what I'm wearing. Just look slightly above the waistband of his jeans.
Yeah.
Because
all right, so he's wearing a thong like we used to wear them in the early 2000s,
whale tail style. But I mean, like,
yeah, so trashy. I didn't.
I hate myself for thinking that this is cute. Anyway, then I saw a fun little TikTok where this guy must be at Target, which we're not supposed to be at Target, but
right, exactly.
He's saying things like, oh, I can't believe this guy's so caked up out here, or whatever the hell. And then it pulls back.
I saw this.
This is the guy.
Now I saw this in audio. I think I sent this to you, possibly. I definitely thought.
Did I send it to you?
No, I saw this organically.
Oh, good.
Oh, there it goes. Fine, my algorithm is catching up.
This guy's anyway. Thick thighs, big ass. I mean, he's obviously been working too, because
and it looks like he's flexing.
It looks like his ass is like he has sweaty ass.
But then this guy, the guy in this picture, in the blue, who's kind of posing, he moves out of the way. Like it's like he can hear and he's like, oh, I know what to do here. It's like very funny. Yeah. And I love when like this guy who's filming it, he seems very straight. Yeah, I love when a straight man is willing to acknowledge that another guy has a big fat ass. That ass. You like big butts, you cannot lie. And with that, I think our weekly roundup is over. Joan, look at that timing on that bitch. Beautiful. You guys, hey, throw a quick comment in the thing. Tell us, do you guys like big booties, big asses, big whatever? What do you like? Also, could you stick around for a few minutes afterwards to leave us a comment to help get engagement going? Also, if you're not yet a Patreon member, check it out in the next week and a half or so, because we got 50% off your first month. Promo code AJLT now through June 5th, 2025. Also, hit subscribe, hit like, hit share, copy link, help a bitch out. We're here every Wednesday at noon, and starting next week, we're here Wednesday at noon and Friday at noon. Woo! Excited though! So everyone, please tell your friends. Please, everyone come. We want a nice little group here. Exactly this size is totally fine. Also, I mentioned, don't feel like you need to watch the And Just Like That episode before you come. In fact, listen to us talk shit about it, and then go watch it, and it'll be more fun. We love you guys so much. See you next week. Bye. Bye.